Hello, this is Right Side Trader. Today is March 21st, 2025, and this is my weekly market review where I'm reviewing the S&P 500, that's SPY, on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. This is all for educational purposes only, no trade recommendation because as we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading, so please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. All right, let's jump over to these charts and see what we see happened this week. Let's maximize this quarterly chart and resize this. And what we see, we're still on this high time frame on this quarterly chart. We have a bearish engulfing. It is still above pivot, so that's a good thing with the way I use my pivots and the way I look at my pivots. I expect the market to stay above that and end up closing the year. Again, this is a big picture above that at this time. But right now, we still do have this bearish engulfing, on this quarterly chart. Let's go down to this monthly chart and see what we see on there. On this monthly chart, what I see here is we're still below the 9-10 moving average for this month. That means technically we are in a bear market. Meaning, based on your trading plan and your trading strategy, trade accordingly. And right now, we bounced. Looked like we made a bounce, but we didn't get quite to support 2 level. We bounced and we closed near support 1 level here on these quarterly pivots. These are quarterly pivots and all. So the question is, can this continue next month? Again, next month. By the end of the month, one of the things that you also want to see, can this thing actually pull back up above this moving average, this 9-10 moving average? And the other thing that you're looking at also on this monthly chart, was this the monthly low, quarterly low now that we've made here? And if that's true, again, we can be looking for this market to start making higher lows. And the question is, come next month, will it make a higher high? And then at that time, maybe I could start talking about higher highs and all-time highs. But right now, no all-time highs until I start seeing this thing turn back around and get above next month, central pivot. But let's go ahead and go down to the weekly chart and see what we see there on this weekly chart. Again, on this weekly chart, I want to zoom in quite a bit there because what I'm seeing here on the weekly chart on the SPY is we are still below the 50 moving average. This is a 50 moving average on this chart. And I have a 50 and a 200 on my weekly chart. And what I'm looking at here, last week we had a close below. We came down again. With some of the people that I talk to and I work with, I tell them anytime you see it come down here to this R3, this is the time to take your chance about going long. When this happened last week, I don't know if anybody got long. I did put out a video about NVIDIA at the time that it was a short-term rally or whatever, relief rally. But again, certain stocks, you start looking for stocks that are also making those bottoms and hit them when you see the SPY actually hit a bottom. And this is a good bottom because again, you don't see this that often at all. So right now, the other good thing, and it did pull back last week. This week, the other good thing is that we didn't make a lower low, and we did make a higher high. So again, we are kind of slightly, I would say, trend may be ready to start reversing and all, but we finished with a doji today. That means there was a little bit of indecision in the market, although today was this week was option expiration week. So a lot of times on option expiration week, you can end up with weeks like this where the market doesn't go anywhere. Everybody's trying to get in their options in position to be expiring. Those guys who like selling options and all, they're playing that game this week and on Fridays, so that's that. Because again, used to only 0-day option day you had was Friday. Now you got 0-day option every day. So it's a crazy thing that goes on out there now. But that's it. That's what I see here. Higher lows and higher highs. Even though we have a doji, we're still below a support 2 level. We're still below pivot here on this weekly chart for this month. We got a couple more weeks in this month. I really don't see us actually getting in the next couple of weeks getting back above pivot. So I do expect a close below pivot this month. That meaning a close below 600. So that's what I see here. Let's go ahead and go down to the daily chart and see what we see there. On this daily chart, this is where we kind of like see. Last week we was thinking, yeah, this was the low. We had a piercing pattern here. Looked like we had got confirmation of that. Then the market stalled. The market actually just went nowhere. This right here, this line identifies that expiration. This was expiration Friday week. So again, a lot of times during that week, things tend to it's a trick that I tell people about how to look at options, and kind of give you an expectation of what can happen that week. And it's usually pretty good to let you see what's going to be happening, for the rest of the week. And it's actually pretty good. And it kind of played out this week. There was some short-term trades, short trades and stuff, meaning short in duration and also selling, different levels. Watch my other video on the SPX type stuff that I'm doing. Though they had a good week this week, even though I had a crazy fill on one of them, and I did have a day after FOMC, the market did go kind of crazy, but it did come back down into the area. But you are able to trade yourself out of those things when you know you're in a week like this, and when you know the price is going to be actually heading to certain areas and coming back. But that's it. That's all I really want to share. Come next week, it looks like next week we might be opening close to pivot, meaning that if we open above pivot, I expect us to go higher. That means next week might be the week to see if we actually break these highs, and this market is reversing, and this was our monthly bottom that we see back over here. But that's it. That's all I really want to share at this time. This is Right Side Trader. Hope you guys had a great week. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you next week. Have a good one. Bye.